EVO Japan top 8 wrapped up marvelously. The gameplay itself was some of the best Tekken in tournament I've seen in forever, and I was so shocked that it came out of Tekken 8 Season 3, to be honest. It was really, really cool gameplay. They showed the Kunimitsu trailer at the end. We've reacted to the Kunimitsu trailer, but now it's time to check out the dev blog and see what else she has going on. It's always cool to get insights from making a character here, because like aside from like how they balance a character battle-wise, a lot of work goes into like making a character in a video game. You know what I mean? So I think it's always cool to appreciate those aspects of the game development process, especially before we've had the chance to fight against her and have our emotions elevated. So yeah, this article, who spoke? We asked the development team, so I'm guessing it's the Bandai Namco media team. Anyways, please tell us about Kunimitsu's preferred battle style. Kunimitsu fights using swift movements and acrobatic martial arts. Furthermore, she employs special stances to surprise opponents and take the initiative in matches. While she excels at agile attacks and tricky maneuvers, precise situational awareness is crucial for effectively utilizing her stances. She offers a deeply rewarding gameplay experience recommended for players who enjoy unique ninja-like actions and those who prioritize precise control and mind games in their playstyle. While usually I think the vision of a character as described by the Tekken team can be hit or miss in terms of what it turns out to be at the pro level, this is actually pretty accurate from the players I know, like Speed Kicks and Glaciating and Arslan Ash, who played the character a ton in Tekken 7. It was a lot of really precise control and mind games, right? She was able to shut down a lot of offense the opponent wanted to do with her movement and with her 2-2. The way that it opened up the next layer of mind games was fun for control type players. In the trailer, high-speed dashes like Setsunegake and stances such as facing backward were quite impressive. How does Kunimitsu develop her offense? Kunimitsu is a character who builds her offense by repeatedly transitioning between her special stances. Katon and facing backward. Yeah, Katon is she stands like upright and throws a hand sign up. Katon and facing backwards centered around Setsunegake, a high-speed dash that quickly closes the distance to her opponent, forcing them to make difficult decisions. People would see this as a neutral skip very often, and it low-key is, but also set 3 was kind of a super punishable low that was mainly beneficial on counter hit. It's scary if you're mashing to keep her out, but the actual defense against it was not the end of the world, although she could go into full crouch from there. So lots of ways to transition between stances as this character. In Tekken 8, by utilizing new moves and heat engages accessible from each stance, she can unleash offense unique to Kunimitsu, focusing on her stances. Leveraging these techniques to vary the tempo of her attacks and shake opponents with unconventional movements allows her to easily dictate the pace of the match. Yeah, so the stance word is kind of a red flag usually in Tekken 8, but when you fought against her in Tekken 7, the stances had a bit more fluidity to it, which can still be annoying as the defender. But I think that it offers a different gameplay experience as the attacker. So like when you think of like Lydia, you're kind of forced into a stance that's like, it feels like a mini QTE. Like you do the move that goes into stance and then it's time to go into stance, right? But Kunimitsu can flow between them. So you can go Setsunegake, set stance into full crouch, like canceling it. You can go manual back turn back around, or go into full crouch from the back turn to get like an enhanced backdash. There's like a bit of fluidity to it. It kind of reminds me of like Steve, for example, of being able to flow a lot more smoothly. And I think that is a notable experience difference. However, if her actions are read by the opponent, her offense tends to be interrupted easily. Therefore, to maintain an advantageous situation, it is crucial to consider the timing of Setsunegake and her stances while discerning the opponent's actions. Yeah, so to maintain an advantageous situation, it's funny phrasing, but I think I see what they're saying is like she's liable to being kept out, especially if you try to play her stances over and over. Moves like 2-2 and her really good backdash were kind of key to shutting down the opponent, retaliating, and just getting you out of stance over and over back in Tekken 7. So one of my key concerns is whether they're gonna touch her backdash or let it be as is. I think having cool movement is nice, but I don't know what their vision is for the character in that sense. The ninja showdown scene with Raven in the trailer was a truly spectacular exchange. Could you tell us about the specific elements you focused on to make her shine as a ninja, starting with her presentation? In Tekken 8, Kunimitsu's ninja-like presentation was enhanced, aiming to make her appealing not only to ninja fans, but also to those unfamiliar with the theme, inspiring them to think, I want to try playing her. Special emphasis was placed on fire-related expressions, with new techniques added that visually evoke a ninja image, such as a move where flames swirl up when she forms a hand seal, and a technique reminiscent of the original Kunimitsu where she spews fire. Chat educated me on that, because I did not know that breathing fire was an OG Kunimitsu thing. Well, I know that there was like a slow fire breathing thing, but it looked like she breathed fire upwards, like it was like an anti-air or something. So anti-air in Tekken, crazy statement, right? During heat, she dons flames around her neck like a scarf and gains access to special techniques with her 2 linked swords. This allows for easier pressure. I hate the word easier, man. I'm so done with the word easier. This allows for easier pressure on opponents by utilizing their long reach for offense, enabling a more aggressive playstyle. Through these visual enhancements and added techniques, she has become a character where players can experience the essence of a ninja not only in appearance, but also in terms of play feel. The real question here, I think, hearing this isn't the most crazy thing they've said about Tekken, right? And we've seen that they're in a phase of like under promising and over delivering, which is also feels rare. So is this character going to have the same design adjustments that the emergency patch 3.0.02 brought? Or is she going to carry over the decisions from season 2 and season 3? Like, have they been able to adjust them in time without external playtesting? A little spooky to think about, if you ask me. In the trailer, we depicted a high-speed, intense battle that only 2 ninja characters, Kunimitsu and Raven, could showcase. While focusing on making it enjoyable as a pure visual spectacle, we also aim to convey the intricacy and dynamism of Tekken 8 to fighting game fans who may not have played the Tekken series through this fast-paced action. Yeah, they had some task moments in the trailer. Let me pull it up. They had some cool animation showcases, and then they have this little like scripted moment, which is pretty sick. I thought it was cool that they showed like a little choreographed Tekken moment. It's actually pretty smart that they did this, right? Like before the rage art. This is pretty smart marketing because the most popular Tekken videos that exist are like the choreographed Tekken videos from like Chizioni, right? Or like some of the few most popular ones, or where they do these sequences that are really visually flashy, even though you probably wouldn't see it in an actual game. I thought it was cool that they did that, and them mentioning how it was an intentional part of the marketing makes a lot of sense. Regarding her design, what image was pursued for Costume 1? As this Kunimitsu II is a student at Mishima Polytechnical School, the design aimed to emphasize a more youthful image compared to the original Kunimitsu. The key colors are based on red and white, chosen to be particularly vibrant within a Japanese aesthetic, making her refreshed costume immediately noticeable. Youthful modern elements like her sneaker-style shoes are also characteristic. Additionally, the motif of the nine-tailed fox is incorporated into various parts of her outfit, so please pay close attention to every detail. People were saying, like, do you think they already have a purple, like, Japanese girl with Reina? So is that why they changed their colors? I'm curious if that's the case, too. But this is a cool outfit swap. And yeah, like, they have introduced more layering in Tekken 8 because the alternate costumes are, like, you know, stripping away the outerwear. Like, I think Devil Jin has a bunch of concept art, too. Devil Jin's concept art is cool because in his jacket, I think there are wing holes or, like, little vents so his wings can fit. They put a lot of thought into this stuff, and I enjoy highlighting it too because I think just talking about balancing and game design over and over gets a little fatiguing. There's another image. Pretty cool transition from the concept art to the in-game design. I think it's pretty sick. Could you also tell us about Costume 3, which features a distinctive combination of school uniform and mechanical elements? Yeah, this was pretty sick too. When I was first watching the trailer, it didn't register to me how cool this costume was. I was so like locked in on the Reina interaction. It has like a mecha aesthetic on top of the school uniform, which is pretty sick. And yeah, I think it translated in-game pretty well too. Costume 3's concept is based on Kunimitsu's background as a Mishima Polytechnical School student. By equipping gear that Kunimitsu likely developed herself, it features a daringly arranged design of the Mishima Polytechnic School uniform from previous titles. Players are encouraged to freely interpret and enjoy elements such as whether this represents Kunimitsu's unique uniform commuting style. I like how they say, like, likely developed herself. Isn't it their design? Is it really a secret at this point? Can't they just say she designed it, you know? There were also scenes hinting at a rivalry between Kunimitsu and Reina. What kind of relationship do these two share? Kunimitsu accepts heist requests from clients worldwide. Through a particular assignment, she enrolls in Mishima Polytechnical School to investigate the internal affairs of Mishima Zaibatsu. At school, by feigning excellence and good conduct, she is elected vice president of the student council. Utilizing this title, she steals administrative access to the school servers and uncovers that a certain student is using an alias. That student was Reina, who had been using the surname Yaotome. Kunimitsu knows Reina's true name is Mishima, and Reina knows Kunimitsu is a phantom thief. With their own secrets and equally matched abilities, the two acknowledge each other as exploitable assets. While outwardly pretending to be close friends, they build a dangerous relationship where they secretly investigate each other's movements. Despite their hidden agendas, Kunimitsu and Reina generally appear to be good friends. Players may find it intriguing to imagine the conversations they have. Kunimitsu Tekken 8 story. The Kunoichi Kunimitsu went undercover as a... What a sentence. The Kunoichi Kunimitsu went undercover as a student at Mishima Polytechnical School to dig for information on the Mishima Zaibatsu, having accepted a certain mission. Playing the part of an honor student... Hold on. This would go way harder with the Tekken 4 character introduction music. The Kunoichi Kunimitsu went undercover as a student at Mishima Polytechnical School to dig for information on the Mishima Zaibatsu, having accepted a certain mission. Playing the part of an honor student, she earned the position of Student Council Vice President. With her new privileges, she stealthily obtained administrator access to the school's server. Kunimitsu began scouring data for the whole student body, person by person, and discovered a student named Reina was using a pseudonym. Reina, on the other hand, already knew that Kunimitsu was a thief. The two ultimately concluded that they could use one another. They decided to act as best friends on the surface, while secretly trying to uncover each other's next moves behind the scenes. Eventually, Kunimitsu accepted a deal from Reina. In exchange for leaking G-Corp's invasion plans, Kunimitsu obtained the Kuatato, 9 cursed blades. Several months later, when Kazuya Mishima declared that the King of Iron Fist tournament would be held, Kunimitsu spotted the name of Yoshimitsu, her mother's sworn enemy, among the participants. Wishing for her bedridden mother's recovery, she quietly left the hidden village, carrying both the Kuatato and the new technique she had acquired. That works pretty well, huh? That's pretty good. You're not built for this, little bro. I'll handle it. Shut up. Don't steal my content. I'm going to post it first, and then everybody's going to think you copied me. Think that anyway, but this time I really am. You got the Tim Apple approach, you know? You could do the same thing but better. Quality over originality. Haha! Shishi, nice comms. The surname which Reina used in school is Yaotome. These 3 characters. Fun fact, Mishima's family has the number 8 in their names, such as Kazuya, Heihachi, Jinpachi, and Hachijo, Kazumi's last name. Pretty cool. So Yaotome, Reina's pseudonym, still leaks her true identity, which to me is a questionable use of a pseudonym, but you know, it's aura, I guess. But yeah, Kunimitsu looks super cool. These are the dates. So I think it's 3 days after Combo Breaker is when she drops for people with the season pass, and then June 1st without it. I already know I'm going to hate this character because there are really strong NA players who are going to beat my ass playing her, but I'm excited to try her out. I hope they keep her movement strong. I don't know if that's going to be their plan, because we've seen Miyarisu. They already made that character really strong in so many other ways that you can tell late in the development of that character that she had got a nerfed backdash because her sidestep is so good and her poking is so good and her range control is so good. Here's hoping that they keep Kuni's movement strong, because that would be really exciting. Anyways, if you haven't seen it already, check out my reaction to Kunimitsu. Posted it right after EVO Japan Finals happened. We're working on the EVO Japan video as well. By this time, it should be out. That EVO Japan top 8 was one of the best Tekken top 8s we've ever had. I was so genuinely excited after expecting it to be a flop because of, you know, the Season 3 launch being rocky. It was genuinely surprising to see actual good Tekken. That's all I got for you today. Leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Catch you in the next one. Peace.